Hey, friends, family members, ladies, gentlemen, kids of all ages. Thanks for picking up episode 5 of the Villain District podcast. It's a good one. Real quick before we get into it, a couple of things I want to keep you guys up to date on. First of all, the new Villain District song, Choke Out the Sun, which premiered on episode 4 of the podcast, will be up, available for download on Noise Trade, and the video will be up on YouTube really soon, probably in the next day or so. Also, there will be a bonus song going along with that, so be sure to check for those. Keep checking that Villain District page for those. Today on the podcast, we have a musician extraordinaire, longtime friend, just a good guy, Austin Roush, who we've known for a long time. He's from around our hometown. He is a musical sort of, I don't know what's the word, a Renaissance man or something. Maybe that's not right. I don't know. Nevertheless, very musically inclined guy in several bands, always many irons in the fire. He's in a band, you might know him from the Dirty Grindstones. You might know him from Jolly Hammurabi. Or you might know him from The Monolith. So you can check out any of those bands if you don't know them. Here in a minute, you're going to hear a clip from the Dirty Grindstones song Gone. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Really quickly, I want to plug for Austin. This should be dropping on January 30th, Friday. And there will be a show. Jolly Hammurabi has a show in Louisville, Kentucky at Zanzibar on January 31st, which is Saturday. So if you're downloading this on a Friday, it's probably tomorrow night. If you're in Louisville, around Louisville, or even if you're anywhere close, you want to come in and check that out. Go to Zanzibar to see Jolly Hammurabi. Should be a very, very good time. And then if you want to check out any of Austin's bands, you can go to, for The Monolith, you can go to soundcloud.com/monolith_Louisville. And then you can also search for The Monolith on Facebook or search for Jolly Hammurabi on Facebook and find both of those and hear some great music. So anyway, we hope you enjoy episode number 5 of the Villain District podcast featuring Austin Roush, and keep checking the Villain District Facebook for the new video called Choke Out the Sun. And I hope you enjoy.
You are now a loyal follower of the Villain District podcast.
Just sell them for, you can be a part of the studio audience.
That's
the
right.
4-person studio audience for $500 a pop. And if we did that,
It's almost $1,000.
that is almost $1,000.
What are you talking about?
Math.
Math?
Yeah, math. Money math, dude.
So you're trying to make a little bit more money in this podcast game?
As if I could make more,
You just
dude.
have to go grab it. It's out there.
That's right. Your only thing that's blocking you is your own dreams. That's not right.
Yeah.
If you will
know,
it, it is no dream.
That's right. Don't try, because there isn't one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've been reading Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. in
Yeah.
in a counterculture class I'm taking, and it's all about the search for the American dream. So,
Yeah.
I think
Did you finish it?
I finished it.
Did you find the American dream?
That's trick question.
Oh,
You trying to trick me?
absolutely. That's what I do. That's what I do.
It was the death of the American dream.
Right. Well, here my interpretation was the American dream.
Don't spoil it. No
Is-
spoilers.
Okay, the American dream is like a con, right?
Okay.
So, in order to fulfill the American dream, you have to be able to trick whoever you want into giving you what you need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've done that, it's not about the happiness that you find, because like a lot of people who have found that aren't necessarily happy, but they have obtained whatever that thing is. And I would argue at the end of that book that Raoul Duke has found the American dream.
Okay.
He's learned how to kind of manipulate his surroundings and the people, and he's a con man.
Yeah.
He kind of do whatever he wants.
Chris isn't into
What's that?
when I talk about like literature or books or anything. He's like,
Chris,
I didn't realize you were looking at me. Never mind.
So we gotta welcome Austin
Yep.
to the podcast.
"Hey, Austin.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, man.
How's it going, guys?
What Austin Roush? What's your middle name? Would you say if you had to
If
say?
I had to say, I'd have to go with Scott. Is my middle name.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
that.
me.
Yeah, we had a good time.
This was fun.
have to-
You know,
We'll
let's
have to do it again.
It's one of those things where like you have a lot of conversation prior to hitting record,
Mm-hmm.
and then like
You hit record.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was
So-
good. It was fun. It was fun, right? Sorry, everybody missed it. Oh, wait.
Right.
So I do have something to bring up. Right before we came over here, me and Joe were at our comic shop that we always go to. Because on Wednesday, Batman number 38 came out. And so,
Yeah.
of course,
Right.
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
know. Of course, we had it. Chris was so sad he couldn't go, but
Supergirl.
and for those of yeah,
yeah, Joe was on the phone with Chris when we were at the comic shop, and I was like, as a joke, I was like, ask Chris if he wants us to pick up any titles for him, and he said, what did he say?
he said, "I'll take the newest Supergirl."
Yeah.
Supergirl goes to college, and I was like, and I was looking through the titles, and I was like, actually, the newest Supergirl looks kind of cool because they've got like the retro thing going on. So like the Flash was on there, and they had the like little dialogue boxes that said, what's Supergirl gonna do next, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, so like Supergirl's a real thing.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, didn't know that was a thing.
Nope.
Dude, don't you wish it wasn't? You could have made so much money.
That's true.
Yeah, almost as much as our selling tickets idea.
Yeah.
Almost.
I don't think he would at this point. Someone who came up with the idea of Supergirl
Now
in 2015 would not bite.
That's true.
Superman, nope,
No,
none of that would bite.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
different time.
That's true.
But we were
If it
on
took
our way.
that long,
Yeah.
then it's not going to work out.
That's true. It's just at this point that would just be like putting the word "girl" at the end of anything. Stapler girl or something. It just doesn't make sense.
But we were cruising down Bardstown, I guess going north on Bardstown.
Yes.
And we passed an older gentleman turned over on his
Flipped over.
his
on his
motor scooter.
yeah.
Not like the medical motor scooter, like the actual
Yeah,
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was flipped over. I thought his leg was broken in half
Yeah.
because he was sitting funny, and something had just happened. So Will's like,
Okay.
like he totally like swooped in and saved the day.
Yeah, I swooped, man. I
And
swooped
did a
right
swoop?
in front of the guy.
It was such
Yeah.
an odd conversation. Like he was like
so strange.
his whole face was covered with this warm thing. He had a helmet on, and all we could see were his eyes and a bushy gray mustache sticking out over his warm thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he was trying to pull his this heavy scooter up. He was like, oh, some guy just pull out in front. You got to watch out for. And we were like, what's going on?
You could tell his adrenaline was just pumping, and he didn't know what to do.
And like he was wearing like this fleece, and the back of his fleece was like just scraped all to high heaven.
Yeah,
and it was.
He's like, "Oh, can you help me stand the scooter up?" I was like, "Dude, of course."
Yeah. Nope.
We just wanted to pull over and gawk at you.
Just wanted to laugh.
Here's the best thing about this interaction, which I didn't realize until we were pulling away. We walked up to this guy. There was another guy standing there with him who had also pulled over. Yeah. You know, a hip-looking dude wearing his boots and his skinny jeans, and I mean he's just like the rest of us or whatever. And
we're sheep.
Chris doesn't like me saying that.
Like the rest of us.
I don't understand why it keeps being directed towards.
Because no one listening can see your expression when I say things. That's why I have to point it out. But
you
so
have
we
to translate this into audio.
So this guy, you know,
I don't like that.
Yeah, there you go.
We helped him pull his. I tried, but Will was just so strong and
I just
heroic.
did it with one hand, so it wasn't a big deal.
Wow.
The scooter was pulled up onto the sidewalk, and
I bet you practice in your backyard for that.
I do, yeah. I have his old scooter.
And Will was like, so do you need anything else? You need to make a phone call? He's like, no, I'm all right, thanks. And then Will turns to this other guy and goes, see ya, like this, and puts his hand out. And we walk away, and Will was like, I used to work with him at Heine Brothers. Yeah. He's like, remember we were in the coffee shop last week? Yeah. He stopped by and talked to us for like 10 minutes, and I was working on something or whatever. And I'm like, so you just walked. You walked. It was such an awkward conversation. You walked up and left without even acknowledging this guy that you know pretty well. Yeah. There was just the four of us standing there.
Well, so true. It was and you didn't hear him, but like when we were standing there, and we both just gave each other these knowing looks whenever we like saw each other, like just kind of the head nod, you know.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, you missed that. It was very. We didn't have time to like. What? There's a dude on his back.
Not time to exchange
Does that make
greetings.
sense?
Yeah,
in the midst of tragedy.
I thought you had worked with the guy.
Oh no!
I thought that for a split second.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, not the old dude.
No, the other guy helping. Okay. And then when we walked off, I was like, "See ya," and he goes, "See ya, Will."
And I'm like, "What is going on here?"
He was
this is where we were
going to
meet up.
That you were making it awkward for not acknowledging. He was like,
"Maybe
see
so.
you, Will."
Maybe.
Like
the second best part, though, you know, this older gentleman and these three young like city kids trying to help him or whatever. He had turned his scooter over. The seat of his scooter had popped off, and like all these like Jell-O snack packs had fallen out onto the road.
I saw the Jell-O snack packs.
Wow.
And we were like helping him with the snack packs, and
gotta pack those snack packs back in your scooter.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking about it now, but like what an odd thing that just happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that was a good. That was a not a good experience for him. It was interesting.
Not at all.
It made my day spicier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
was
Definitely.
he physically okay though?
He was okay.
That was never really confirmed.
We laughed at him from every angle, but
He's all right.
Yeah, we kind of just breezed over that.
He's
fine,
dude.
he flipped a scooter and he had snack packs.
He had a big bushy gray mustache. He was fine.
He was
okay.
It was still on his face when we left him. It was totally fine.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Anyway, so that was the scooter incident. But I wanted to ask Austin to share with us a little bit, because Austin, you're very into music, right? Mm-hmm. And we're from the same town, ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I think my first encounter with you, I don't know that it was a one-on-one encounter, because like I kind of re-met you a couple years ago whenever I moved up here.
Weird.
Yeah, like we just never hung out or anything. Nothing. But Chris and I played in the band Nine Ball, and we played around Somerset a lot. And did some touring and stuff.
I didn't play in that.
No.
Don't worry about me.
Well, at this time, this was post. This was post. Will.
I see.
Are you sure?
No.
No. Yeah, you're right. Actually.
maybe there were a couple different instances, but there were a few shows that we played with your band, No Taillights, right?
Yep.
And I remember personally, like, just word on the street was that the guitar player from No Taillights was the bee's knees. He was the Shredmeister.
See, I heard more about
was
the
like-
other brother. I was like, man, they got a great.
They had a
vocalist.
lot of good street.
You guys had a hype
street
going on.
cred.
Yeah,
There was a hype.
Yeah,
I heard it in Russell Springs.
it's
how
kind
you
of
know.
embarrassing to actually go back and listen to the music, though. The music that was actually being played was not very good, but it kind of became like the thing to do in high school, is like go to a No Taillight show for everyone in high school. So,
Yeah.
but that was
Pretty cool.
It was fun though.
That wasn't our experience being in a band.
That was not the cool thing to do at our high school. So that's good.
Yeah.
But wait, so when did you guys start, or how did you start?
It must have been like, I think it was 2006. So I was 16. My brother was 13.
Yeah.
And we just got together and played the few of the other guys from Somerset. That we all went to went to Southwestern, and we just started playing. And like, we didn't even learn. I thought it was strange because none of us had ever been in a band before. That was the only band I'd ever been in up until like about 6 months ago.
Oh wow,
That's
interesting.
Yeah, even though we changed names and stuff,
Yeah,
but the core
yeah.
band was the same for 8 years.
Gotcha. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I lost my train of thought.
Well,
now.
you guys
You never
started
played
out
before.
You started.
Yes, we
yeah.
started out, and none of us had ever played in bands before, and we didn't like learn any covers. Like, we didn't even know any songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And we
jam.
just started from there. Yeah,
That's pretty
and that
cool.
I think it's such an odd way to do it.
Sure.
And I feel like it formulated the way that I progress with music. Like, it just changed. I feel like it's different from how the majority of people would start.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like learning a couple of covers of some
Yeah,
record that
exactly.
you have.
Yeah, I mean, I remember
Yeah.
the first song I learned on bass. I remember the first song I learned on guitar.
Yeah. None of them were like
They were-
yours or
they-
ours.
No, they were
songs or
both
anything.
Green Day songs.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
just
Uh-huh.
the easiest things you could learn.
Sure.
That's what I started with.
I mean, and that's, not to say that I didn't learn any songs, but I mean, for the most part, I couldn't play a song from beginning to end.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, it would get to the point where people would see us play shows, and we'd be at a party or something, and they'd ask me to play a song.
Yeah.
And I don't know any songs.
I don't know.
And they're like, no, I see you play. I know
Yeah.
you play the guitar.
Yeah.
And you can do it. But no, I don't know any songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I feel like that's a crucial difference of like what type of musician you are.
Right.
Yeah.
There
Well,
are
it's-
some people who are good at a party musicians.
Yeah.
And like they can break out songs, and not only songs, but songs that everybody's psyched to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, it's like you
Yeah.
can speak English, but you can't necessarily recite like
Yeah.
some presidential speech or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But I kind of wish I was the guy that at the party that could play all the
Yeah.
songs.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a bunch of like Pedro the Lion songs, so all my everybody's like,
Yeah.
dude, after a song, it's
Dude,
like,
you're
that's-
bumming us out.
You're bumming us out, like exactly.
You don't
Someone
wanna
bring
use
out
your-
the Red Bull after
Yeah.
that.
Come on, yes.
God.
Exactly.
Will.
I'm just going home. I've had
Go home, Simpson.
it's been a long night.
That's-
So okay, so you guys started in when you were like 16-ish, something like
Yep.
that. And was it just so I know for people listening who maybe don't know you, we'll include a little intro with it, but for people who maybe don't know, you and Brandon is your brother, and you guys have a really like tight musical connection. You
Yeah.
guys have played in you're sort of the driving force of the band.
I mean, I would say from a creative standpoint, from
Yeah.
actually the songwriting and everything. Yeah, usually it's I write the music and Brandon will write the lyrics and usually come up with melody. But what I really like about playing in a band is how someone can take this little idea you have,
Yeah.
and then you can give it to these other guys, and they can really change it
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah.
that's really fun.
Yeah, that's cool. So you guys played. I mean, I remember you guys were playing around when we were together. We may not have known you.
We played
but
some
I
shows
think
with you
that's-
guys, though. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially toward the end of the 9 Ball time,
Yeah.
probably prior to the name change for us.
Yeah.
We played a few shows at like the center for the for rural
Yeah.
development
Yep.
in Somerset.
I think
And I
there-
remember
At, what was it? What was it called? Summer Rock or
Summerfest.
Summer.
Yeah.
Summer.
No,
was
what
that
was it? It was during the day on like a. It wasn't nighttime. It was like it was a really weird gig.
It was one of those things. Yeah.
Is it the one at the fairgrounds? Because we played.
No, we did that
Do you
one
remember
too.
that one?
Mm-mm.
That's where we met Raina for the first time.
Oh, you guys played that? Okay.
Yeah, they were.
Mhm.
Well, we need to
That's
get
cool.
Raina on the show because there's a
Yeah.
funny story behind that.
Yeah,
Basically, her and her friends ended up locking themselves in our van with Chris, and
yeah. We'll save that. We'll just hold it
okay.
right
We'll
there.
just-
we'll hold it off.
Tune in next time.
But yeah, I think
That's funny.
the first time I remember playing with you guys, your brother had a big cast on his arm or something.
Yeah, he broke his
Oh,
elbow.
really?
A broken arm.
Oh,
and-
did you say broke his elbow?
Yeah, it
Oof.
was like some kind of a stress fracture in his elbow.
Okay.
Oh man.
So
So you guys like, you were sports guys as well, right? Like you played football.
yeah, I played football and baseball.
That's cool.
Mhm.
That's a wide range in high
Mhm.
school. I feel like.
And I
Yeah.
read books.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
weird kid.
What's the matter? How do I classify you?
You're like the Ubermensch. Like you took it all on. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So you guys, you played around, and then at what point did you changed the name?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the reason behind the name change was the style, and I mean Brandon literally went through puberty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a complete,
Oh, that's- yeah.
you know.
That's true.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's when we decided to just do, because it was not anywhere near the same as what we had
Yeah.
started
Right.
doing. So
Yeah.
we actually learned to play our instruments a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So had you? I mean, I know you guys are from Somerset, and that's where we know you from. But when did you? At what point did you come up here? Did you move to Louisville? Was that
It was right after I graduated high school.
okay? Yeah.
For college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Was that before you changed the name to Dirty Grindstones?
No,
or
it
was that?
was after. It was I think it was we played Master Musicians Festival in Somerset.
Okay.
And that's when we kind of announced the name change.
Yeah.
I
think
remember that.
I think
yeah.
it was the summer before I moved to Louisville.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome. So you guys have continued up until very, very recently to be doing stuff, right? What's sort
Yeah,
of
very, very recently actually.
Yeah.
And this band is, I feel like I already talked about some of the differences and how I think a band should be run and how this one was, but we for I would say close to 2.5 years we continued to play shows.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And we didn't practice at any point during that 2.5 years.
Right.
So
You
because
just used the stage as
The
your
stage,
rehearsal.
exactly,
space, yeah.
and
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I think that consistency is where you fail when you try to do things like that. Because some nights it could be great, but then other nights not so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's cool. I remember seeing you guys play. It probably would have been. Well, I think the last time I saw you play was actually up here. Was at the you guys did a live lunch.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, that
That's
was
really
awesome.
really cool.
A live lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
live
Yeah,
lunch
that-
at WFPK.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They do a thing where like a band will play in studio downtown,
Oh, okay.
and like members, WFPK members,
Right.
can come.
Okay,
and they
I
get a
remember.
lunch.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that. I just didn't know what it was called.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was fantastic, man. It was sweet. It was like very, it was a studio, and so like
Exactly.
the sound was
The
loud,
sound was
but it was good. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. I think that was the last time I saw
It
you
was.
guys. So
Remember, and Brandon got to hook his harmonica and do a 65 super reverb. So that
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
was
that's pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd never heard the harmonica like that before, and it was fantastic.
I remember you saying you said something at that show where you were like, you were thanking the FPK people for having you, and you were like talking about your experience with listening to FPK when you
Yeah.
first moved here.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you said, what you said encapsulated like notion of your musical taste in general. you were like I remember listening to FPK when I first moved to Louisville, and you said I heard, what was it? You said like I heard Black Sabbath followed by what, like
James Brown,
Brown.
then like Radiohead.
That's right.
and
and you were like, yeah, I can do this.
yeah,
I like
like, yeah, this will be my station. And I literally haven't, like, I mean, I don't have a hookup for an MP3 player in my car, but I'm in my car a lot.
Yeah.
And I pretty much always listen to FPK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by...
you're welcome, FPK.
Yeah, exactly. You really need the support of the Villain District podcast.
Yeah.
So you're also playing with a couple other outfits, right?
I am.
Around town?
I am.
Will's, you said you went out and saw them a couple nights ago, like the hip hop inspired
The Monolith.
The Monolith.
Actually,
The
there's
Monolith.
kind of a funny story behind that.
Yeah.
The name. It used to be Monolith up until about 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So this guy posts, we had the show, and there was a Facebook event, and some guy from a metal band in like Southern California posted on the event page and said, no, we're not playing the show. It's not going to be the metal band Monolith from Southern California, because apparently they had people from Louisville. I have no idea how this happened, but so anyways, I posted on there and said, just so everyone knows, the Monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey is not going to be appearing at this show. It's actually a band, and he took offense to that. He didn't enjoy that.
You can't take offense to that. That's a great joke.
That's solid.
I thought it was hilarious, so I didn't. And it was kind of one of those impose things where I saw the guy and I was like, "Oh, he's just being kind of
Yeah, throw that on there. You don't want a bunch of chimps showing up to the show.
No, exactly.
Reaching out, one finger, whatever.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, he threatened legal action, and we had to add a
Oh,
the.
come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, he said they had it as an LLC, so. But
Don't want to mess
Whatever.
with the LLC.
Yeah. No, you should. Is he trademarked? That's the real
Yeah.
question.
we need to. I'll look into
If
it.
it's not, you should buy it and then sell it to him for
Yeah.
like
There you go.
5 times what it costs.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the Monolith.
The
I
Monolith.
got it.
Yes. Anyways,
The Monolith. So how did you get hooked up with the Monolith then?
Well, the organ player in the Monolith.
Yeah.
He's also his name's Joseph Hanna. He's an extremely talented saxophonist as well, and he had played with the Dirty Grindstones a few times.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he's got this in the Monolith. He plays this great. I don't know organs, but it's a big organ, and he's got a Leslie that he plays it through, and it's
nice.
sounds awesome.
That's really
but
cool.
The Monolith had been a band for a while before I was in the band, and their guitar player had an accident and hurt himself.
Oh man.
And indefinitely, I guess. And he invited me to come play guitar.
Wow.
And it's a lot of fun.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does sound like I didn't.
Yeah.
I think I was out of town or something when that happened.
Yeah,
You were.
And I came back into town, and Will's like, "Yeah, this is cool. I had no idea what I was going to see, but like it turned out to be this." Our friend Ryan, who's going to be in maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
So we might do a cast with him while he's in. But he even took like a 15-second video, and he's like, "This is what we're doing while you're out of town." So that was cool.
So it's a really interesting group. I think it's. I don't know of any other bands like it in town right now.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
So do you guys have music posted anywhere at this point?
They're I think that they do have some. They made some cassettes as well.
Okay. Cool.
But there's not a lot of recorded music, and I'm not really the one that like. The cool thing about being in that band is I don't have. Like, besides getting up there and playing the guitar, I don't have any other responsibilities.
Oh,
so it's
and
I've never had a situation like that, and it's amazing.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're probably one of the guys in your old band that's like, if you don't do something, stuff just doesn't get done.
Exactly.
Which, Chris and I know a lot about.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Actually, Will used to book shows for 9-Ball, and then he brought you on board,
he
Chris.
passed the torch.
He passed the torch, and when when Will left the band, it was all on Chris's shoulders. I probably booked 5 shows in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 5.
When you compare that to how many shows we played,
That's what he's saying.
it's not very good.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a very small number.
See, that's why in this current situation with us musically, I'm very glad that I have no technical skills. I don't know how to run any of these mics on purpose. I don't know how to make any videos or record anything.
But they do.
But they do.
They definitely do.
And so I just go, hey guys, what do you think about? Can we do that new song sometime soon?
It's like, can we just like record, mix,
we just-
and master, and like we'll put it out today?
Yeah,
Sure. Sure we can. Will.
And
that got me. Anyway,
that's good.
yeah.
We need to just kind of speaking into the future,
Wow.
but in the past as well.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The past now for our current selves, but for the future of
Oh man!
what I'm trying to say is
Yes.
we should have already played on this podcast some of like your jams. We'll let you pick out what.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like that would be awesome.
Some clips of your Shredenstein nature.
Yeah. I'm really only about 30% on what any of that meant.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the
need a
idea
diagram.
I've just come up with will have already happened to those who are listening to this
Okay.
right
Great.
now.
Great.
Okay.
Like,
see.
oh, we should do that, but they're
Well,
like,
we can.
it already happened.
So really, maybe they thought of it.
Yeah.
Maybe the people listening thought of it.
Good work,
true.
good work,
Good work.
you guys.
Yeah. Well done. Well done, everybody. So what's the idea?
Yeah.
We should.
I know what the idea is.
Yeah, Austin and we're on board.
I don't know how to do anything, so I don't really need to understand what the idea is.
Just
anyway.
play some of before the podcast starts. Have some like maybe after the intro, like play some of whether it be the Grindstones or
Yeah.
what have you. Like just play some of that stuff so people are
for
kind of
sure.
On board with
Are
things
up.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
so that they're down with the sickness, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right.
Next week, System of a Down.
Yeah, that's not who that is.
Is that
Chris.
not
No.
Is that not new?
That's disturbed, bro.
System of a Down is a
They're
very
the same
different
band.
band.
No,
System
they're
of a
the
Down.
same.
Dude, System
Have
of a
you
Down
ever
was
really
cool.
listened
Dude.
to System of a Down?
System of a Down was cool.
There's
Let me throw out this. Tonally, I would say, yeah, System of a Down. They're pretty cool. Like I like their guitar stuff. Like they do some like harmony stuff, and vocally they do some cool harmony stuff. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Is that the band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only about 70% sure.
Okay.
You're
that
You're speaking with such authority.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't lead with such a strong foot on this. Anyway, no, okay. Yeah, they're cool. They're good.
We convinced
Yeah.
you.
I'm just
very
saying.
easy.
I'm just saying. You have Disturbed in one hand, and you have System of a Down in the other hand.
Yeah.
One of those hands is going to be better than the other hand.
I agree.
It's the System of a Down hand, just in case you're
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. I feel like I watched like a DVD that Luke had.
That's Godsmack.
Was that Godsmack?
Yeah.
No. This
They're not good either.
Oh
no,
man.
I think what happened was I was going somewhere. I think the guy from Disturbed and the guy from Godsmack had a drum off. I think they had like
I've seen this.
You know what I'm talking
DVD.
about?
I've seen
you've
that.
seen it?
Yes,
Yeah.
There was a
I've
drum
seen that.
off.
Was that is that
somebody was
accurate?
involved.
That's
Is that-
Godsmack. Yes.
But did it not?
I think it was. I don't remember if it was the drummer from Disturbed, but there
I-
is a drum solo thing.
I'm going to
think-
say it is.
I thought it was.
It was.
I thought it was Godsmack's drummer versus the singer of Godsmack.
Gosh, I think
I
that's
think
right.
that
I
is
think-
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
just saw it the one time, so I just have.
Let's go back 10 seconds ago when I was right.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I like
I think
that.
we should
Those
do
guys.
some past, future, present System of a Down.
Yeah, they
Whenever
were
I think of System of a Down, I always picture the guy from Coheed. Like when you say System of a Down, I'm like, oh, Coheed and Cambria.
Why would you?
strange. That's so strange.
I like that you know that it's the guy from Kobe.
Yeah.
Well, I had to
You're
think
like,
about it. I was like,
System of
who's
a-
this fluffy-haired guy?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
like,
that I
System of a
picture?
Down. Oh, yeah, Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, we'll jam some System after the podcast.
Sure,
I don't think
yeah.
we have the rights to
No,
play it.
probably
but,
not. So speaking of great music, like Godsmack,
Yes.
what have you been listening to lately? You're a big what audiophile?
man.
Is that what you would say? Is that the word?
I don't like that word.
Okay,
but
I thought I just made it up.
It feels a little dirty.
I
Does
really
it?
like
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pedophile, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, that's-
audiophile.
yeah.
That's
not
the
good.
the PETA ruined
That's like
ru-
when you, that's
peed in
like,
the pool.
That's like when you
Mhm.
love feet. I know what that is. That's
Right.
not good.
Yeah, yes.
No, feet.
Yeah. But what have you been listening to? I know you go through like you'll do vinyl shops and
Yeah,
look
yeah.
for good deals and stuff.
I do. I buy too much vinyl, and I'm about to move. And if anybody has had a sizable vinyl collection, they know that it's
Oh.
like that's like the worst. It's terrible to try
Yeah.
to move 300 vinyl records.
Oh,
But they're just so heavy.
They're
But
heavy, and you might like
break them
Yeah.
exactly,
Oh, jeez.
and you're carrying like thousands of dollars of
heavy
old
and
stuff.
fragile.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But like as far as new stuff I've been listening to, the new D'Angelo album, Black Messiah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Wasn't
If you
there?
haven't listened to it,
Did he take a huge amount of time off or something? Wasn't he gone?
he
for a long
took
time?
like 15 years to make
Oh,
that
wow.
record.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I read about it, and apparently it was an interview with Questlove, and he was just describing why it took so long. He I don't know anything about this really, but apparently he invented his own keyboard patches.
Oh, nice.
And played, all kinds of crazy instruments on top of each other, and built these keyboards and stuff. And
It took
so
him,
there's
that was the first 14 years.
Yeah,
exactly,
right.
exactly. And then they tracked it in a week.
Yeah.
But-
They wrote the songs and tracked the record the next
Yeah.
week.
That's the easy part.
Yeah.
I cracked the code, guys.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was neat because there's sounds on that album that have literally never been heard before.
That is,
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is
But it's
cool.
really good.
Yeah. You got that on vinyl? You
I
found that
don't
on-
actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if it's been released on vinyl or not. I'm sure it
Yeah.
will be if it hasn't. But
Yeah. That's cool. Have
Yeah.
you found any new sort of new to you? You know what I mean? Like not necessarily new records,
Yeah.
but ones that you just hadn't heard of or hadn't gotten into before that you've been into lately. Or?
Yeah, as far as some hip hop I've been listening to lately.
Nice.
Actually, the Madlib. I don't know. He has a lot of
Yeah.
different names, but I think his production is just really sample heavy, but
Yeah.
real instrumentation. It's
That's
kind of
cool.
hard to describe, but it's very
Yeah.
cool music. I actually just bought a Little Feat album. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Little Feat, but
No.
it's a band. They were they played for a long time, but the main formation was 70 to 74 or something.
Huh.
But there's a live album that I got that is just mind blowing. It's why is Little Feat not a band people talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love going to vinyl, buying old stuff that I've never heard of before, or something that maybe I've overheard somebody say, and then
Yeah.
find out that it's
Yeah.
just this amazing thing that
Well,
no
that-
one knows about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the nature of the beast. I think is just that. I mean, even this year,
Exactly.
there will be 1,000 bands that are brand new that no one will ever hear that are just fantastic.
Oh,
not
yeah.
not for lack of trying, not for lack of releasing music. It's
Mhm.
just
Right.
the elect.
Exactly.
Was predestination.
That's right.
The
Yeah, they're
elect.
just not predestined to be.
Yeah.
And think about in like conservatively 25 years how much music there will be, like how much music will exist.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's exponential. How much will just be forgotten because there's so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, dude, it's like
It's kind of sad when you put it like that.
I know it is.
yeah. When we when we started, like the technology didn't exist to like GarageBand or even just that kind of thing. Like I've heard people take GarageBand with the mic for your webcam, sing and play into that mic and just get the levels right.
Yeah.
Like Tristan.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just awesome.
amazing.
And no one
Yeah.
will ever hear that stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when we started, like I remember probably 4 years into knowing how to play the guitar, we downloaded like this Audacity or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
I'm
like that.
familiar with Audacity.
And we, we tried to record some stuff, but it's just not even close to what anyone can do with a MacBook now.
I actually did the whole first Charming Third thing on Audacity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Except for one track that Chris played drums on, and we
Yeah.
tracked that at your house.
Yeah.
yeah, probably through some sort of Audacity type.
Yeah.
Probably.
That was
But
before we ever learned Pro Tools or anything.
Audacity had these. It would glitch like when I was recording acoustic
Yeah.
stuff, but I knew when and how it would glitch, and so you would just learn to work around
Yeah.
it in
Yeah,
these
that's
weird,
funny.
interesting ways. Yeah.
No, I remember we routed the drums through that little 4-track cassette recorder.
Is that
You-
what we did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
we
That's
didn't
funny.
track it to cassette. It
Okay.
had like ins and outs on
So
it.
like use it just as a mixer.
Right.
Yeah.
We just used the preamps on it or whatever, so we just ran
And it probably wasn't
Huh.
even like a stereo channel of drums, or maybe it was.
I can't even remember.
But it like it's,
It was
it's
awesome.
a what you hear is
Yeah.
what you get kind of.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the Jack White method.
That's
Yeah.
Just
Right.
like bounce everything down to 2 tracks.
Mhm.
You have your stereo drums here. Play it. There they are.
Yeah.
There- you know,
Yeah.
which
For
is
sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
pretty much what it was.
We've tried those kind of techniques to try and limit ourselves and stuff, and but now like in the studio, we're at Butchertown Pub Studios where
yeah.
Magic
can sound
and
like the
dreams
pros.
happen.
Or you.
but I mean, we're just not super limited here.
No, not at all.
I mean, we couldn't. It would be hard to record like a full orchestra or something, and we've got the room. It's just we don't have the number of mics and
Yeah.
like the number of ins and outs and all that stuff you need. But other than that, I mean,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't have to track drums in a bedroom at
Yeah.
your parents'
Right.
house.
No.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about technology is there are people tracking drums in their bedroom that sound
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of it's an amazing development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Audacity at the time.
Yeah.
Whoever decided to do that guy's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
thanks,
it's
man.
like-
Yeah.
It's
Shout
a
out to
free
that
thing.
guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
thanks, guy.
Yeah.
His name
Thanks,
was
Mr.
Yeah.
Audacity. The
Yeah.
audacity of that guy.
Oh man.
Ooh.
So let's talk about the third group
Okay.
you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Which you guys are playing Saturday, right?
We are.
Where are you playing?
Zanzibar.
Okay.
Cool.
So what's the
Mhm.
date on that then?
That is January 31st.
January 31st?
Saturday the 31st.
Yeah.
2015.
So we are sitting right now. We're recording Thursday the 29th.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tomorrow is Friday the 30th, and hopefully we'll have this up by then. I don't see why we shouldn't
You
be
were
able
looking
to.
at me. Do I have something to do?
No.
Okay. Last time I had to mix a song, so I was just
Yeah.
making sure
No
I
song
wasn't
on this
behind
one.
on anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys tell us about that group a little bit.
Well,
I think
it's,
Will was involved.
he
for a little
was.
while.
Yeah.
Will was our bass player
Yep.
at the beginning, and he kind of. There's still some elements of the ideas you had
Oh, is that true?
in some of those songs. Yeah, you'll notice that.
There's
so.
a piece of you.
Yeah.
I'm
There's a
living
piece
on.
of you in there for
I'm
sure.
living on, guys.
For sure. But it's called Jolly Hammurabi,
Mhm.
which wasn't totally sold on that name. Like at first, it was just something I thought that sounded cool and
Yeah.
kind of liked the imagery of it.
Yeah.
But we only mentioned it people to because we had never really we played one show at the West Fest last March. It was a Wes Anderson festival. There was a
Right,
set of
yeah.
all covers. But but people kept asking me about Jolly Hammurabi, and they remembered it every time. So I was like, "That's the name. It's got to be the name."
Yeah,
I think
it's a cool name.
I think it's a cool name.
Yeah, it's got
Well,
a
I
good.
appreciate it.
It's got a good. I don't know,
flows.
rhythm.
Yeah,
It's got a good flow to it.
I've never had to stop and try to think of that name.
And if you
what was that band name?
if you think about it, it's pretty hilarious too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, it is.
It probably passes the Google test too, though, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
like
Yeah.
that was the thing with Villain District is like we needed a name that the first name that we've ever had as a band that would pass the Google test,
Yeah.
which is you type it in and you come up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, and that's hard to do.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
So you guys are playing. Jolly Hammurabi is playing at Z Bar
Yes,
Right.
at Z Bar Saturday. This Saturday, January 31st. That's right.
Very cool.
And yeah, that's it's me and my brother again.
Yeah.
Joining forces at last.
At last.
No.
Yeah.
And Mr. Brian Eaton on guitar, and he's
Yep.
an incredible guitar player.
Yep.
He's a guy that I've been friends with him for a really long time, and we've always kind of played around, and I've just been begging him to do something like play guitar in a band. He needs to. He's that good. But he finally kind of agreed to do it, and he moved up here to Louisville actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chris Farjan is on bass. He's an incredible bass player too. I mean, the musicians in this band are amazing. And that's it makes it a lot easier to do things if you've got really good musicians.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like when I know when I was playing with you guys, it would have been before I started school. So last summer sometime.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was when I would come practice with you guys, it would be at this really cool warehouse, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. Just the whole vibe of that place was cool.
Yeah,
Just this big empty warehouse.
It's
to
a really
play,
neat. It's a neat space, but
play music in.
after you have been there for a while,
Yeah,
it's so dirty.
yeah.
It's like my pedals, like I have to like wipe because I'm kind of a freak about my gear and stuff, so I have to like clean them like after every practice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And just everything gets gross and
yeah.
it gets really cold too. There's no heat. I mean, it's a man, what is it? 60,000 square feet, like open, like granddaddy
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
Like,
that's several thousand.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. So maybe I romanticize a little bit.
No, but I
only
get
practiced a
no, I
couple
get
times.
I get why you
Yeah.
brought that up though,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's got a natural reverberation for sure.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely.
Boom.
But exactly.
That was my.
You're welcome, everyone, for that.
So you've got
you.
a lot of irons in the fire musically.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And before I forget, I didn't mention Kelsey Lee on drums. I don't know why I mentioned everyone and I didn't mention her. But she's amazing. So there you go.
Cool.
Yeah,
Should be
absolutely.
Should be a good time.
Should be
Should be fun. Should be fun.
At Zanzibar. So
Mhm.
if you're not doing anything,
Just close your eyes.
Just,
Just drift off.
maybe take a trip down to Z-Bar.
Ooh.
You know,
I hope that worked
here's-
on one person. That'll be. I'll be fine with that. Somebody's
You
like, "Oh,
guys.
give this
It
one
works on me.
I'm satisfied then. That's good.
Mm.
That's good.
It worked out.
well, anything else you guys want to chat about while we're chatting?
While we're chatting,
I like to.
Chatting about?
You're a chatterbox.
sometime. I mean, I want to. We've been going on this one for a little while, but sometime I want to have you back on and chat maybe about your sort of. As I say, you're a well-versed gentleman. You got a lot of areas of interest, and you're like me. You're sort of a philosophophile, right?
Master,
Right,
of,
everybody?
master of nothing. No,
Ma-
I must emphasize that.
Oh, I don't know.
Jack
I don't
of
know.
all nothing. You know,
Yeah,
Nothingness.
Jack of all. Jack-o'-lantern.
yeah, yeah.
Austin Roush,
Well,
the
so-
Jack-o'-lantern.
Next time we get you on, I'd like to chat about your sort of interest in mind-blowing
Sure.
things.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
we'll
that
talk
would be
about
fun,
eternity
for sure.
and consciousness and
I've been working on time lately.
yeah, oh yeah. Dude,
Did you watch Interstellar? Is that,
you gotta tell
is that what it is?
You gotta tell that anecdote before you gotta tell that. It's just too good. The working on time.
So I was in, I think it was contemporary philosophy, and we were talking about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. We were talking about time, and I had some question that was not on topic with what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I asked the professor after class, whatever this question was, I don't remember, but he said, you should ask Professor so-and-so. He's been working on time. It's like, okay.
What?
Exactly. And I never went and talked to that professor, but I don't know what would I say.
I heard you've been working on time. And,
He just meant he's been punctual this week.
Exactly. Yeah. But,
I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
He's been working on time.
that is good. I like it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah, it's been a good
This was
time.
fun.
Yeah.
For sure, and we'll figure out, the listeners will have already heard, but we'll figure out to put some jams of yours either at the beginning or the end or something. So
Sure.
And we need to also bring your brother in next time.
yeah, for
should.
sure.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if, like, he's not super conversational with me, I guess, because we're not super close.
Oh,
like
he doesn't
you and I
like
are.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested in hearing him on a podcast because there's no.
No, he's an interesting cat.
Yeah, absolutely. So
For sure.
Very cool.
I hate that Brandon.
Yeah, he's a big weirdo. You should hear how weird he is.
I don't know. I just can't picture him on the podcast, so that's why I want him on.
Yeah.
He's also done some cool stuff. He's got an amazing voice, and he shreds on the harmonica. And
Yeah. Lots of good topics of conversation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for listening, and let's try this out, see if it works. You done good, Joe.
You done good, Chris.
You done good, Austin.
You done good, guys.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. See you, Will.
And I'm like, what is going on here?